Welcome everybody. Today we're going to be doing some routine maintenance on our tankless water heater. Once a year you should flush your tankless water heater, and that's what I'm going to be showing you here. The first thing you need to do is go ahead and purchase yourself a flush kit for the tankless water heater. It doesn't run too much, you can find it on Amazon. There's plenty of different variations and brands that you can buy. The one I bought comes with a pump, 2 hoses, and the chemicals. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and fill up your bucket with the amount of water that it says on your instructions. Mine says 1 gallon. And then add the chemicals. So you can purchase additional chemicals later on. The one that came with mine, it says to use the entire amount that came with it. So I went ahead and did that. I attached the hose onto the pump, onto the top of the pump, and this is going to be going into the cold water side, the intake. For now, we can put the red hose on the side. So the first thing you want to do is unplug your water heater. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So now that I have this unplugged, we're safe to work on this. Then you're going to want to go ahead and turn off the valves here on your pump. This is the intake. So make sure you turn off the cold side and the hot side. And by doing that, they're going to be parallel, or perpendicular, sorry. Parallel is on, the water flowing. Perpendicular, the water is not flowing. So we cut off both sides. Then we're going to go ahead and take off the caps. Sometimes they can be a little sticky and you might need some pliers, but they shouldn't be. It should just be hand tight. So we got both of them off. We're going to go ahead and install this line. Okay, I got the cold side in. I'm gonna go ahead and just install the hot side right now. And I'm gonna put the other end into the bucket. Now we have both of our lines installed. We have our red line installed into the hot side and the other end sticking into the bucket. We have our cold line, the blue one, connected to the top of our pump. The blue is going to be our intake. Now you see these 2 valves on top of the connections. They're perpendicular currently. We're going to go ahead and turn them parallel, and that will open the valves. So now that we have both of them parallel, we're going to go ahead and plug in our pump. So I plugged it in. It's going to be pretty loud, but well, not too loud, but you'll hear the pump going. We'll take a look down here and it looks like the pump's working. Now that the pumping is completed, it took about 35 minutes for the pump that I'm using. We went ahead and unplugged it to stop the pumping, and we're gonna go ahead and close the lines here at the top. So remember, above your hoses, you wanna turn it from parallel to perpendicular. So now that we've done that, we're gonna go ahead and undo the hose, and we're gonna undo the cold one first. So let's go ahead and undo that. Okay, now that we've undone the cold side, we're gonna put the valve cap back on. And now what we need to do is drain all of the chemicals that were in there. So you want to take your red line here. That'll still be installed into the port here. We'll take this red line and we'll put it in our drain basin. You could, if you don't have a drain basin, you could put it into a bucket, but you're gonna have to empty it constantly. So I'd recommend if you have a drain basin that you use that. So we'll go ahead and open the valve here to the cold side. And what that'll do is flush out all of the chemicals that we just used to clean the water heater, and it'll flush it out. So I've opened the valve on the cold side. We'll go ahead and open the valve on the hot side. And you want to open it slowly. As you saw, we had a lot of water gush out. So we'll go ahead and open that slowly, and we'll let this run for about 5 minutes, and that should clean out all of the chemicals from your water heater. So what I did here, my drain basin has a little leak on the pipe on the bottom. So I just stuck my pipe directly into the drain. Down here it has a bigger port, and I opened the drain up all the way. The flow rate is going to be pretty high, so you want to make sure that you're not overflowing your basin or you're getting water everywhere. So that's what I did. I put it into the pipe directly. Now that we've let it drain for about 5 minutes, you want to check by opening the valve a little bit, seeing if that water looks clear coming out. That means you got all the chemicals out. Once you've done that, make sure you turn off the valve, and we'll go ahead and unplug or unconnect the red line here, and we'll put the cap back on. Put the cap back onto here. Make sure that, double check to make sure that both caps are sealed on here. Just hand tight is good. And then we'll go ahead and reopen the lines. So open the red and the blue. And the final step is plugging back in your water heater to turn it on. Make sure your wire is not wet. Now that we've plugged it back in, the water will flow back in and refill your tankless water heater. It'll take a little bit to do that, and your water will heat up and you'll be good to go. Sometimes you're gonna forget things. Just the average bread over here is good enough. So I went to turn on the hot water and realized the water's running low, and I came back out here, only realized I forgot to turn the hot water valve back to open. So you have it here perpendicular. Want to make sure it's parallel. Make sure all of your valves are parallel. It means they're open, and that's it. So we got everything working. We finished the tank flush of the tankless water heater. That's your maintenance for the year. Appreciate you watching. Subscribe, and we'll see you next time.